just yet, but I do believe we are live with the High Noon Hemp Show, episode 101, officially season 9, episode 5. We should be live if everything's going well on the Hemptations Beach Facebook page, also on the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and on Twitter at Hemptations. If not, well, we'll keep working on it, but it should be good. I think it's good. I think it's working. I am Joe Clare, of course. He is the man himself, high above hemp quarters in Sharonville. He is Beach. He was solo Beach for episodes 99 and episode 100. Hopefully now we have all of our combined powers together again for the High Noon Hemp Show. Beach, it's been a few weeks. How are things in the world of Temptations?
I can't believe it. Are we really back to a normal looking show? I feel so much more comfortable.
Seems that way.
Welcome, everyone. Um, I'm not seeing it live on Heptation's Beach page, though, for some reason. Usually
Hmm.
that's where I go
It is.
to
It's
watch
definitely
the
live on
show.
YouTube.
Well, that's
It would not
good.
surprise me if there's a problem on Facebook.
Well, wherever we're live, welcome, everyone,
Definitely on
to
YouTube.
the best realistic version of the High Noon Hemp Show that we have seen in a while. We're back. Um, Maybe we'll just have to post it at Temptations Beach after the show. Who knows?
Yes, it's looking
We'll
like
have
we're
to
not
see
live
what
on
happens then.
Facebook. So
Yeah, of course we're not. So anyway, of course we're live on. We'll post something on the Facebook page to go tell everybody to go to YouTube. Um,
indeed,
Apparently,
I will work on
and
that.
so
Let me
yeah,
get the link
I'll do
first.
that too. But welcome
There we go.
everyone to the 101 episode of the High Noon Hemp Show. It is high noon. Um,
Your your volume is a little lower than normal. I've dropped my volume some to kind of
I wonder
match
if I
it. So
can
if people
turn.
want to,
Uh,
crank up what they have,
Let me see. I don't know how to adjust that right away. Let me.
wouldn't be
I'm almost afraid to
a real great show
click
without
things.
the technical issues. Facebook screwing us over.
It's true. It's true.
It's all very
I'll
helpful.
speak up a little, one way or another. Um, to
You let people on Facebook know. Oops.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, things are here. We are. We're back to normal somewhat. So things are still chugging along. Um, at the stores and whatnot. Um, I did want to show this picture of. I had some guests this week. Some very honorable guests arrived at him.
Oh crap! Hold on. There we go.
Um, um, so Morris Beagle, if you're looking on your screen, he's on the left there. Morris is the organizer of the NOCO and SOCO. He produces hemp products, amps, guitars. Has been in the pro hemp movement for as long as I have, as far as our histories go. And so again, holding it down out in Colorado.
Nice.
Then of course me in the middle, and then Lauren Burlekamp, one of my favoriteest humans on the entire planet. We met up at originally with the Ohio Rights group when we were doing the Ohio Cannabis. What was it called again? I always forget what it was called, but anyway, that's what started things in Ohio back in the day. Um, Lauren has moved on so far in the hemp movement that she's actually in DC, where the action is happening, so to speak, out of the Cleveland area, and continues to fight for hemp as we are trying to get it treated just like coin. Coin? I just combined two plants, soy and corn. Um, and so the best part about this, um, for local people, spread the word. Morris is actually partnering up with a local gentleman. They are looking for anyone that has anyone that wants to farm okay, wants to farm 1,500 acres of industrial hemp for fiber.
Wow.
So that's the caveat. This is actually for fiber. And so if you and they're looking in Warren County, which is pretty close to Cincinnati, um, and so if you know I don't really know any farmers up there, but I may have to go start driving around, seeing if I can just knock on doors, be like, "Hey, want to try something new next year? How about 1,500 acres of hemp fiber?" Again, not CBD, so this is not what I call daily farming. This is what I call real farming, like corn and soybean, where yes, you check on the plants, you check on the field, you don't check on the plants. With CBD, you check on the plants, and you almost have to do that daily.
Yeah.
With fiber or grain, you want to grow for grain. And I believe they are looking into a dual crop, actually. So I do believe that it is going to be a grain and fiber plant. Um, and so, what they want to do is find a farmer to grow it, and then they'll buy it all. They'll contract to buy it all. Um,
Hmm.
and so, I think this is great, A, because, fiber is what I've been talking about. Um, B, I know the grain needs to be grown. There is a demand for hemp seed grain right now. And so, I, 70 to 80%, maybe even higher, have grow for CBD. So there's a huge market left for a farmer who wants to grow for grain and I would do a dual crop as well, um, you know, uh, fiber and grain. And there's still a lot of the fiber. There's not as much demand for, but it would be like a bonus. Um, Whereas the grain, there is a demand for the grain, and so that can be used instantaneously. Obviously, you can't grow grain with the CBD because most of that is seedless female plants, just like, and so now you still have fiber there. There's still fiber in those stalks. Now it would be a shorter fiber because once again those plants are not necessarily grown tall, and you want for fiber the taller the better because that fiber runs from the root, basically the bottom of the plant, all the way to the top of the plant. And so the longer the fiber, the stronger it would be in the long run, um, one way or another. But it can all be woven into many types of weaves, I should say, one way or another. So I'm excited about that. This is my first attempt to put some feelers out there. So start spreading the word. If anybody in Ohio knows a Ohio farmer who may be growing corn or soy right now, it would be better if it was corn because you want to follow corn with hemp, not soy. Soy is a nitrogen depleter, and so you don't, as far as crop rotations go, um, you'd really be depleting the soil of nitrogen if you did soy back to back with hemp. And so, obviously, if they're growing this year, it would be better next year if they probably were going from corn to hemp. Um, but it would be interesting to see either way. 1,500 acres. 1,500 acres. I'm pretty sure it's a guaranteed contract that they will
Nice.
purchase um, everything at the end of the year. And so I feel like that's the only way in Ohio you're going to get a farmer that's
Yeah.
farming something else to do it. Because again, our regulations are so high and the fees are high and all that stuff. But they just want to grow 1,500 acres of one cultivar. And so that's well worth all the fees and the testing, in all honesty, because um, that's a lot. And so
Yeah.
it kind of compensates for how much they, would spend and all the testing they have to do, and the big key there is they got to make sure they come in under that 0.3% THC because it would, boy, would it's have to destroy 1,500 acres.
Whew.
And so, um, But these players, like I said, Morris has been in the industry for a long time. I doubt they're going to take the risk in Ohio. Um, if they're not sure that the end result is going to be safe on their end anyway. So anyway, 1,500 acres in Warren County is the optimal. So there you have it. If you know anyone, um, get that out there. Let them know. Um, all right, let's get on with the product spotlight. Um, the first one, and I don't think I ever did talk about this because I think the first show that glitched was, I
Yeah,
think I put this as the product spot. This very first one is the product spotlight,
many
but
many weeks ago.
we are actually many weeks ago. I wasn't positive, but I was pretty sure.
Yeah.
But we're actually packaging our own CBD flower now, and so we have four different strains of CBD. Purple Kush, get it while it's hot because I hear that it's a good one, but it's going away. Chem Dog, um, Bubba Grape, and I'm gonna flake. We do a CBG as well, and Jack Frost. Sour Diesel. Sour Diesel was the other one. Sour Diesel is a good one for the daytime, I think. Chem Dog and Purple Kush, I think. And I heard the Bubba Grape was a better nighttime smoke. So if you want to get your CBD in the purest, most natural form that you can get CBD, flower is actually it. Um, here we are packaging our own, and we also just got in four new strains, including GG4, Suzy Q, and a couple other that should be on the shelves soon. So I'll keep everyone updated there. The next one I know is a product that I have featured before, but is a great reminder of people. I was just talking about straws with somebody else just recently, um, and how bad they are for the planet. So obviously, we package, or we have the hemp straw. I shouldn't say obviously, but we have the hemp straws. I do have the 100-piece box on the website. So you can go to our shop online, go to hemptations.com and hit the shop online button. We can ship that 100-piece box anywhere in the United States. And then I have actually repackaged. I thought all my stuff was muted. What's going on over here? All the stuff prepackaged um, in a 5 pack, in a 10 pack uh, for personal use. But they are compostable, biodegradable, and compostable. Great option, other than a plastic straw, which would stay in the landfill for like 500 years or something. It's just insane. The next one I know I did focus on. I think I got to focus on the fact that we got a new Manitoba order in before we went down, but that included these hemp yeah bars. And again, we love the Manitoba hemp stuff. The hemp yeah line is super good. Whether it's these bars or the granola, which I think I showed a picture of. Um, and again, great food product. Manitoba has been and is one of the biggest. They're in Canada, um, and they are one of the reasons why the hemp food industry is as big as it is. I can't imagine how much Manitoba actually purchases in hemp seed a year at this point, but I'm sure it's a crazy amount. Um, And the next one, of course, winter has kind of finally almost hit here. It's finally gotten cold anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we got the good old hood lamps. Now, again, this picture is from the Hemptations in Sharonville location, and so this is what we have here. We have many sizes and whatnot as well here in the Sharonville location. Other stores have a little bit of a selection, so you can go in see what they have anyway. But if the size isn't right in the style that the store may have, we may have it here, so we can check on that. Um, and then the last one, this is awesome. I went on, I did my, because it's four from the store, one from my door on the product spotlight. So every week we try to focus on four products that we carry in the stores at Temptations. And then the last picture is a product of my personal items. I showed my hemp toothbrush, which I'm actually working on an order to get in those in the stores like a month ago or so, which set me on kind of a hemp um, path. Now, I don't know how many episodes ago I focused on the fact that one of the major players in the toothpaste industry um, was making a hemp oil toothpaste, which just made me to go look for other hemp oil toothpaste not made, especially because I'm not looking for the fluoride. I don't really want the fluoride, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. And so I went on a little search, and what I found was a whole line. It's called Hello, Hello. Um, but it's hemp infused floss, it's hemp oil and coconut oil toothpaste, and hemp seed oil in a mouthwash. And so I have started implementing this into my regular process. I'm just so excited that I actually have floss that is a hemp product, not made out of hemp, but a hemp infused with hemp seed oil. And you know, for the record, I have done and I've talked about, I should say, the articles that I have found recently that are pretty much proving that hemp oil, seed oil, and CBD are both beneficial to the mouth as far as teeth and gum health and all those things. Obviously, hemp oil is it's got omega 6, omega 3s, essential fatty minerals, vitamins, all that stuff, um, which is good, and it's also healthy for the body. And so you're not digesting small amounts of because you shouldn't swallow any of these things. Just so you know. um, and so just knowing that there's something safe in there, for the micro particle, so to speak, and so anyway, this was a good find, added to the shelf. For the record, Amazon again. I just want to remind everyone, if you are looking to replace something in your daily life that you're going to go to the grocery store for or whatever, if you can do Amazon or even eBay, I recommend searching both of those platforms before you do, if you want to incorporate hemp products into your life, as opposed to using an alternative that may just not be as good, because nothing is as good as hemp oil or hemp. Honestly, and I shouldn't say as good. There are things that are as good. There's not much that's better, and we can replace all those things that aren't as good with the hemp, and nobody really knows about it. Just like in those items, it's just so much of a better world that we live in. That's the goal. A better world. That's what we're looking
Indeed.
for. Um, and not that I really wanted to bring this up at all, but speaking of a better world, next Tuesday of next week from now, hopefully things will have changed. But all I can say is I'm encouraging you to vote.
It's gonna be crazy.
Um, you know,
Whatever
and
happens, I think
so
it's gonna be crazy.
whatever whatever happens, it's probably going to be crazy. So we'll see what kind of world we're living in next week,
Yeah.
at least here in the United States, um, next Wednesday. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Um, on to what I know Joe has missed, and I think the internet has probably
There's
missed
been
the most.
people wandering around for
You
weeks,
know, just
wondering what they're gonna
aimlessly.
do, what they're supposed to
What?
wear, what's
What?
going on, what Beach is wearing. I'm surprised people haven't been messaging you saying, "Just Beach, just send me the picture, so I know at the least what to do with my outfit." It is what was once the most popular internet segment of all time. Maybe we've lost some momentum, but we'll get it back because we're back.
We get it back.
Hopefully,
That's right.
in our full glory, we find
Chugging
out
along.
what exactly Beach is wearing because we ask him directly, "What are you wearing, Beach?"
That's right. If you've missed it, you just like walking around aimlessly naked,
Yep.
thinking, "What hemp should I be wearing? I don't know what hemp to wear." Here it is. What are you wearing, Beach? Now you will know again. I've got a classic Hempy's hat on with the racing stripes. This is one of my back in the day. This was one of my favorite hats for sure. Then my Hemp Town, or actually my Island Hemp button down over the top. Again, it's chilly here, so I tend to wear button downs as like a light jacket. Um, and the Island Hemp stuff is, it's got a little bit of a thickness to it, and so it's a nice for the cold days. And then again, another classic Hemp Town polo T-shirt, um, which I have a couple different colors of. Hemp Town, man, they had great T-shirts for a while, the polos, everything. I don't think they even, I don't know what they do with hemp anymore. My forever faded jeans. First time I have left my Green Springs Technology pen on the at home. Somehow um, I guess maybe I was half excited, half not excited that today was going to happen something good for the show. Anyway, uh, my Hemptopia briefs, kind hemp socks, and Saucony vegan hemp shoes. So there you have it. Now you know. What are you wearing, Beach? It's finally, we needed to know these things, at least on Wednesdays,
Yes,
at
things are
least
back to
around
normal
high noon.
somewhat.
Somewhat back to normal. I know Facebook is missing us. I know a lot of people actually watch us on Facebook and they're like, what? Hopefully
Indeed.
they moved over to the Jedi Hemp. If not,
I
we'll
posted a
post the
link
show later.
directly
So thanks
on
for
there.
watching later. If you are watching later, um, and we'll get that. I don't know what that's about at this
I'll
point.
have
So
to
we might just have,
contact
this might be the yeah, or
Restream
this
and
might be the thing that's saying, hey, we got to just drive everybody to YouTube.
yeah.
Um, you know, either way. All right, all right. Got a little bit of fun stuff going on in the hemp world again. Not a whole lot, but a little. I did find an article about, and I've been seeing a lot of articles recently about non-dairy milk. And I don't. There's probably a legal uh, battle out there to even call it milk to begin with, but um, milk substitutes. And again, they've been around for a while, and so you always see your almond milk and oat milk, and but I have been finally seeing hemp milk starting to pop up on everybody's list anyway. So this one was a pros and cons, which was kind of interesting because I'm not really sure about some of these, but the pros were hemp seed contains magnesium, folate, phosphorus, and potassium, uh, which is true, and it is higher in unsaturated healthy fats, omega 3, omega 6, which I just mentioned. Um, and they added this as a pro. I'm not so sure that it is, that they say some manufacturers are adding calcium and vitamins and some other things. I don't think they should do that. Okay. And the reason is because, A, we're not even supposed to drink dairy milk. It actually weakens our bones because our bodies don't produce the calcium that it's supposed to produce from the foods we eat and whatnot, not the water. We didn't get any calcium from water, which is what we drank for millions of years. Okay, we got we got calcium from food. Okay, food product, and that's what helps with our bones. And so anyway, when you drink dairy milk, your body doesn't produce the right calcium. So stop drinking dairy milk. If you like a milk or milk, then hemp is great um, because it doesn't have any calcium in it. So your body eat the foods that make the calcium to get the calcium that you need. Um, but it does have, it's the high in the protein still and all those other things um, that we can ingest in almost any form. Our bodies really like protein. That's why we became um, stronger, more faster. It was glitching out there for a second. Um, and so um, now the cons. Now this is interesting. It says interaction with certain prescription medication, which I don't really understand that with hemp oil. I don't know why hemp oil would interact. So I'm going to have to look into what actual hemp oil, what prescription drugs hemp oil is supposed to interact. badly with. Um, and then it says it has a, this is interesting because they say it has a high fat content. The high fat content of hemp may upset the stomach if you consume too much at a time, but unlikely with concentrated hemp milk. Because again, there's probably a lot of water, just like there's a lot of water in dairy milk. If you don't know, it's like 90% water. um, there's a lot of water in the hemp milk substitute as well, so I guess that would dilute it. I'm also going to have to look into this. Um, again, I don't know how much hemp oil, like straight hemp oil, seed oil, they're talking you have to consume before it upsets your stomach. Um, and so I'm going to do a little looking into that as well. And so we'll see. Here's a fun one. I guess I told a little bit of a fib because I am going to mention election night again. But there was an article. This goes under the title of best headlines, I suppose. You know, if we could make up a new category for the show, if I could come up with one at least once a week. But anyway, every once in a while, I'll come up with some really fun headlines. But this was the headline of the article, basically. From CBD gummies to painkiller cocktails, hotels are amping up their perks for election night. So, um, I think CBD is. I think next Tuesday, I don't know, next Monday, we may sell the highest amount of CBD we've ever sold. We'll see. You know, people they either come here and get their CBD before they go to vote, or come here after they voted. I don't know, but um, I could definitely see a boost in CBD sales at the beginning of next week. We'll see how that happens. Um, Now this is interesting, man. This dude is buff, but this bachelorette contestant. Um, I just saw a picture of him, but anyway, apparently there was a couple different articles, and apparently he must be the top leader in the affection, or I don't know what's going on with the bachelorette. Because trust me, I don't have any clue what's going on with the bachelorette, but apparently the guy that's the big name right now on the bachelorette uses CBD skincare products. And I will have to say, from the pictures of his mostly naked body, just so we could see how buff he was, his skin looks pretty darn good.
There you go.
So, you know, um, good for him. I hope he wins. I guess I don't know how that. Oh, this next kind of cool. I came across this picture online. Talking about this old rope bridge that someone had built up in Canada, and apparently it was 1888. And the guy came in and he bought, I think he bought the woodlands on both sides of this river, and then proceeded to build this hemp and cedar wood suspension bridge. Um, and so it's still there. The modern pictures don't look like it's still made out of hemp. Um, I guess they maybe use cedar. I don't know, but obviously they've made it quite modern. It would be nice, and I couldn't tell because here's the deal: from the pictures, it does still look the same, and so but I couldn't tell from the modern pictures as to whether some of the hemp still was there or not, which would be really cool. Um, I do think that they at least may have had to replace it over 100-year span. Maybe I don't know. If it stayed moist enough, and I would guess that it would possibly stay moist enough, um, then it would stay strong for a long, long time. I feel like dry rot would be the worst of what could happen to it over time, but it takes a long time to even dry rot hemp rope. But if you keep them moist, that's why they're so great for the Navy vessels and all those. If you keep the hemp moist, it's supposed to retain its strength and live a healthy long life as rope. So, but that's kind of cool. There's some women there taking their lives into their own hands. I don't know if I could cross something like that. I suppose I would have if I had to back in 1888, but
You get the other side.
Hemp or not, put all hemp aside. My fear of heights,
Yeah.
makes me want to just walk down to the creek and walk back up the other side. Although that's like straight down. Anyway, uh, I'm gonna dig a little bit more into that article too, maybe, and see if they still use hemp on it at all, um, or whatnot. But that's kind of cool. The last thing that I found, that I'm going to talk about is CBG. CBG is another cannabinoid. I believe it's cannabigerol, GEROL. Um, but we're seeing it pop up a lot in conversation. Um, and again, we have CBG flower, so that's another reason why this is kind of interesting. Um, but a study that was done like 20 years ago showed that CBG has neuroprotective effects and may help the brain against the effects of aging. And so that's the very least of what CBG, that we know CBG can do, as far as an all-out study. Um, what we're seeing it used for currently, is glaucoma, bladder dysfunctions, appetite loss, and even for some bacterial infections. And so they're calling CBG the mother of all cannabinoids, because my understanding is CBG in the plant starts as CBG and then can become other cannabinoids, THC, CBD, CBN, and so it's kind of this magic cannabinoid, that starts as one thing but can end up being something else at the end of the plant cycle. And so what we're, I think, starting to work out is, what is this isolate? Um, what is its medical or therapeutic benefits? Not giving any medical advice. Therapeutic benefits, um, and that's what we're just starting to see with this. Just like we're starting to see with other cannabinoids, and so this is just the beginning of the true science. The breeders are giving us the plants and all the terpenes and the cannabinoids, and now the true science is diving in and starting to pluck the, well, let's see what this one does. Let's see what this one does, um, because there's a whole combination of things that make cannabis, so high in therapeutic value, regardless of whether, it's the THC or the CBD, which are the two main ones right now. But there are more, and terpenes are really, showing their proof. And so, CBG is one of the new ones. And again, we do have a couple CBG flower lines, um, and I haven't picked up any tinctures yet. So, but I'll look into those, a little bit, as far as tinctures and what. And of course, with Delta 8 was another one that's popped up recently that people are seeing benefits, from. And
Oh Lord.
I'm back. Am I back? I hear you.
Your audio. I hear your audio, but your face
Okay.
is frozen.
Yeah. All right. Well, as
But that
long
is
as you can hear
another
me,
new
that's
problem.
okay.
Something else I've
Interesting.
never seen before in
Um,
101 episodes
and
is
it
your face
says
stop moving.
unable to connect. Sorry, the host has disconnected, or we were unable to.
I don't know. Oh, now your audio left again. It says I'm still streaming. We're still live. I don't
I
know.
don't even know what happened.
There
That
we
was
go.
weird, because
That
it
is.
just went back to the original screen to ask me to.
I
That
got some
was
kind of weird
different as
error,
well.
and I said
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah. Me
froze, and I was
too.
still getting your audio, and I don't know.
Yeah, I got the same. Oh, and I hit OK, and then it came back, and anyway, right. Anyway, just see, it's still one show.
Always something
um,
new.
but yeah, it knew that I was done, but I'm not quite done. Internet, just give me one more minute. Anyway, thanks everybody, for watching today. I am glad. I am happy